Welcome to today's live show. And I'm so happy to have my guest in the other side of my screen. She is Rupinder Maliya. Hi, Rupinder.
Hello, Jyoti. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, while people could join in, I would like to introduce to Rupinder. She is an educationist, she's a blogger, she's a founder and the owner of Vision Upgraded and an English. I mean, she's into a lot of English and she's training in English actually. And you can also, she's also having a website which is called as www.visionupgraded.in, which I've already given in the description. So if during the process we'll know more about it. So first question, Rupinder, I just want to ask you is, what was that one change which happened to you during this pandemic phases? We had first wave, again now the second wave. So what was that change which happened to you which was not earlier?
Well, Jyoti, a tremendous change, I would say. Like a change of my work profile.
Mm-hmm.
So I came up with my startup. Earlier, it was a job.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, during this pandemic, I think not only me, but all of us, we have seen a lot of phases of our own self unfolding themselves.
Very
Like I
true.
also tried many things and came to know many other aspects of my own nature in this whole process. So a tremendous change, I would say.
Mm-hmm. So you were into teaching, isn't it? So when did you come into make doing a training institute for English, especially? When did this happen?
Yeah, I was working earlier, means it was a job, but during this pandemic only, I decided that I should have my own training center. So I started with a little bit of online and then switched to, a full-time thing. So I'm just hopeful that after this pandemic situation gets a bit easy, then I'm going to have a good flow in this work of mine.
Correct. So in this time of uncertainties, we are all going through, kind of anxieties and stress and pressure. Now, what do you do, Rupinder, to keep yourself calm and with all the things around us? And being women, we have to run the entire family. At least enact that we are fine. So, how do you manage to do this?
I do a lot of meditation. I started during this period only. Earlier also I was into it, but not that like a proper breathing procedure or something to de-stress our own selves. Plus, I read a lot and different kinds of books, magazines, and watch some positive programs. I try it on television. If you ask me, I try to watch something like sometimes it would be a comedy or something. Otherwise, I love to watch a history channel or Discovery, and mostly I'm into biographies. So I watched on
Yes.
History Channel a lot of biographies, and plus, of
Okay.
course, as I told you, meditation and reading. I think they are the biggest stress busters.
Wonderful. See, I've seen lot of people coming into meditation, but you were from the initial days, it's from long time you're doing meditation. So, do you think meditation really helps for your mental health and not only the physical part, but also for the mental health, isn't it? How does it help you?
See, meditation doesn't mean that you just have to close your eyes and just, stop thinking about anything. When you
Very
go
true.
deep into these meditational practices and you follow some experts, then you learn the thing that all these, thoughts which pass our mind during that procedure, that is all a natural phenomenon. And we have to then keep a check on the thoughts which are going on inside our mind. And this way, gradually, you yourself try to understand. And even these unnecessary thoughts, they stop even presenting themselves to you once you gain that power to control them through meditation. I think it helps a lot, really.
Now, coming back to our topic today is, reading. Why do you think, reading, which was very a lot, I've seen almost 10 years or 15 years ago, kids used to go to places to buy their favorite books and read. Now it's not even happening. Forget about reading. They're not doing anything. Even in online, you have a lot of Kindles and books available, but nobody is actually doing it as much as they used to do earlier. Whether it's an adult or a kid. I remember, even going to a particular place where they sell second-hand books, and I love Sidney Shelton, and I used to pick all his books because his books were very expensive when I was studying in college. I used to wait for the time when they put a sale and then go and pick it up. So, why is that reading has reduced a lot? What do you think about it, Rupinder?
Well, one reason, Jyoti, I feel is lack of this attention span, decrease in the attention span, I would say, because of
Mhm.
the use of a lot of mobile phones and internet. We are now habitual of watching just short videos or something. We want the audio visual more than holding a book in our hands and read, because reading a book requires a lot of concentration and
Correct.
of course time also. And
Mhm.
I think the reason behind the people getting away from this habit is just the thing that lack of this attention span. And of
Mhm.
course, yes, as you told earlier, you used to go and have a special place to buy books and read. Of course, this
Mhm.
was a scenario everywhere, and reading
Correct.
actually is very important also. Your
Mhm.
thought process, whatever you are, whatever you're going to speak, write, or express to anyone, that all depends on your thought process. And this thought process comes from the reading. The more
Mhm.
you have read, the more you're going to present your arguments into that, or present your thoughts into it. And if you're not going to
Mhm.
read anything, then how
Mhm.
come the thought process is going to, expand itself? The brain cells, they require that kind of an exercise. So as you say, that reading is actually an exercise of brain, your your mental aspect, as physical education is for your body. So of course it's
Correct.
very
Correct.
important, but I think people don't have time these days. Plus, this attention span is now very less. They're not able to concentrate on one topic for a longer period of time. So that is the reason, I guess.
So, if somebody has to, start, they must have been reading it earlier, but they're for particular reason they might have stopped, and then they want to restart studying. What kind of books do you recommend in now? Present books, what do you recommend?
Mhm. See, I was reading the other day that 64% of people around the world, I mean, they start a book, but then they don't finish it. 64% around the world. So mostly, most of the times we get we get excited about buying a new book from the bookstore, but we start also, then we do not finish it. Sometimes
Correct.
we don't have time for it, and then plus the concentration level and everything. So your question was that how can somebody start
Restart.
reading if
Yeah.
they are restart the thing? So I think first of all we have to see what kind of books attract us, what kind of topics attract us. So if you are not a philosophical kind of a person and you are having some spiritual books in your hands, then of course you will be a part of that 64% lot. So if you like entertainment or something, you find out that kind of writers and light books, light topics. If you're more into novels or something, romantic novels, something scary, spooky or something, then that kind of a thing. But first you have to find out that what field you are actually interested in. Like I told you that I'm more interested in biographies. So I buy most of the time those. So same way means whatever your taste is, you have to buy the books accordingly in the beginning. And gradually, of course, you have to focus on different types of books to enhance your reading and your knowledge a bit more.
That's really, really informative because we should first understand ourselves what we really like, what
Yeah.
you're saying. Right. Absolutely,
Yeah.
Rupinder. So when it comes to your favorites, what has been your favorite? It's a fiction, yes, of course, you've told biographies, which is, completely a non-fiction thing because biographies can come under non-fiction. So, what interests you other than the biographies? What kind of books do you read a lot? And you like to share about it?
Yeah. So actually, my love for these literary, treasures started with Jane Austen, Pride and
Mm-hmm.
Prejudice. I read in grade 11. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really Jane Austen's style, and the story set up, British setup, and then the same kind of emotions as the Indian mothers have, a mother with five
Mm-hmm.
daughters, all these things that attracted me a lot at that age. And I got to find this thing that I'm interested in novel reading a lot. So I was a student of literature, so that also introduced me to a vast treasure of many beautiful literary works, many brilliant writers, poets, authors, and of course I started with Jane Austen, then switched to many, and then of course we cannot deny Shakespeare's influence on students who study literature, and then like Nicholas Sparks, Dear John, and all his works, and Salman Rushdie, and then even nowadays there are many. I mean, different
Absolutely.
types of. Chetan Bhagat also at one point of time I was very interested in
Ah,
Chetan
yeah.
Bhagat, and
He was
then
the greatest
many,
one.
a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them.
Very, very
But
true.
now,
So,
like I have shifted my focus on something like, as I told you, first I had to check that what is my, area of interest. And now, like I'm more into biographies and more into something which can provide me, non-fictional thing, which can provide me some good thoughts, and I can really, fill my brain also with some kind of new thought process. I'm more
absolutely.
interested in those things now.
That's actually the need of the hour now, actually. So,
Mhm.
Rupinder, when you were saying that most of the people actually start the book and they, are not able to finish the book. So, how should one inculcate, especially the kids of today, are not reading at all? I mean, apart from the regular comic books or something like that, when they come to this adolescent age, I've seen my own niece and everybody who are in 15, 16 years, they don't even pick up a book other than when it is strongly recommended by their friends. But when I was a kid, which is around 20 years ago, I could relate that, I used to pick every thing which used to be like, the authors, and it can be anything, I used to even
Yeah.
read Khalid book also. So that is not there, comparatively to the kids who teach now. So how should someone, whether it is a parent or even a teacher, should enforce kids to reading and make it as a habit?
See, today the internet is filled with so many apps and websites which provide you the gist of big novels or some lengthy works. And even few days back, I was seeing there is a web page where you can read a full book within 4 minutes. Now, how is it possible? Like they have just try to come out with the main points of that book with actual
Okay.
soul of the story, like without hampering the story's soul or anything. And like they have come up with the that short version of it, and then you can read and come to know about that book within 4 minutes. So I think in the beginning,
Wow.
teachers can encourage the children to go for these things, the summaries, the abridged versions, or something. And then later on, once if you fall into the trap of literature, then nobody can take you out from that deep pool. Then you yourself are going to go to the library and pick many books, and then even the teacher is not required over there. You are going to have all the books on you. But yes, of course, first that encouragement and few tricks by the elders, that is absolutely required. Plus, we have these audiobooks available to us, and that is also very beautiful because the narrators in those audiobooks, the voice modulation and everything, that is so superb. Even I
Absolutely.
tried the audiobooks, few audiobooks, and I really enjoyed that. I did not feel like that no, this is not the real book, or I'm not getting that kind of a feel of the real novel or something. So I think I would recommend audiobooks also, that it is also a beautiful way to engage yourself. at least you're aware of the works, and you the same thing, whatever is written in the book, the same thing they are narrating, and then you can listen to it for 15 minutes, 10 minutes. You can just put it down, and then later on, whenever you again feel like, you can switch back to that version. So I think audiobooks and the short version we can recommend to the children. And even if like I told you, the Pride and Prejudice, so when we read it in 11th, it was actually a shorter version of that, but the same thing we read during graduation, the proper novel. So, but my love for that novel, it started with that short version. So I think short versions also, they can attract the reader, and the reader will then further, pave his way himself to go to the real novel or something. So I think short versions and audiobooks also help a lot.
Wonderful. Yeah, very true. Short books and audio is what Rupinder is recommending for especially the teenagers. Now,
Yeah, team.
yeah, yeah. Rupinder, you are a proficient in English, which is you train people proper English. No, so, suppose someone is in a different part. You're in Punjab, and somebody wants, say for example, somebody in South India or in the West or East India want to connect with you, or pan India, where they want to connect with you and actually learn the English, because most of the people would really like to read the novels, but their English is not as they cannot understand the books. So how should one connect with you and learn English from you?
Mhm. See, that is why I have come up with my own website, this www.visionupgraded.in. It is still in the the beginners level, I would say. I'm still working on it, and we have got the inquiry panel over there, the WhatsApp number, and everything. So if somebody wants to connect with me, requires some kind of tips on reading, writing, or anything, I'm available on the just on for after a click. So through the
Well,
website, they can connect with me. I even have my Facebook page with the same name, Vision Upgraded. They can like that page, and they can keep themselves updated about the things which are going on. And plus, yes, of course, if they want to connect directly with me, we have the WhatsApp numbers and the web page inquiry segment over there. They can connect with me.
wonderful. That's very very informative. So guys who want to connect, understand what books are best for us, and also train yourself or your kids in their English. It's very easy. You can connect with Rupinder on her phone number. It's a WhatsApp number, and also on her website. You can. I'll anyways. I've already linked the website. I'll again put in the comment section also for information. So you can just log in and learn English from her. If you feel that your English is not that bookish English, then you have to, learn from Rupinder. So, Rupinder, what are the, present situation is very uncertain. People are going through a lot of stress. What kind of books do you recommend to everybody? Forget about the age. So, what kind of books do you recommend to someone to buy it online or offline also? So, what are the books?
See, the present scenario, of course, we all are going through a very tough time. The whole nation is going through a very tough time, and people, and because we were expecting some kind of relief in these months, but then again, the situation is just like history repeating itself for us, like the way it was last year, the same way
Last
it
year.
is now. So, like I personally, I've told you also in the beginning that. I was also in a kind of dilemma that what to do next. The job is not there now, whether to come up with some, on startup or going for another job or something. So the books which really helped me, go through that phase and knowing my own self. Um, of course, these books, they were a kind of invisible supporter or some kind of healers. Like they were not even present over there. Some abstract healers they were for me, because once you go into them, you start your reading. You go through the pages. They really, provide a kind of relief to your brain. And of course, mentally, we all are into stress. A lot of stress has engulfed our mental health. So the first book which I feel that everybody should read, it is Ikigai. You might have heard about it. I'm not very sure
Yeah, yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Ikigai is about finding your purpose. You know, that one spirit which makes you wake up in the morning, the one call, your inner call, which makes you wake up in the morning. So Ikigai basically is about, Europeans going to Japan and trying to find out the reason behind the longevity and, healthy lifestyle of the Japanese. So they
Lifestyle
found over there
Japanese.
that it is actually the concept of Ikigai. So Ikigai is finding that real purpose. And the one thing which I really liked in that book was that they told that, this concept of retiring, it has come from the West. So there is no concept like retiring. So you can always keep yourself, your physical being into some kind of work. You should not be feeling that, okay, I'll work for till means 60 years of age and then I'll stop and then I'll take a rest. There is nothing like that. And that is the reason behind the long and healthy lives that those Japanese are living.
Absolutely.
So that concept of ikigai, I really like that you have to make your habits, strong. That whatever you decide that I have to eat healthy food, it is the requirement of my health. So you must stick to that. Plus, your body should keep on moving throughout the day a little bit or something. And then, even when you grow old, you have to keep on doing something or the other. And there was a very beautiful concept in that those people in the village Okinawa, they grow their own food and then they eat that. The organic food, of course, is also one of the reasons behind the longevity. So Ikigai would be my first recommendation. And if you are more into, spiritual bent of mind, then I would recommend Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. So mostly, Jyoti, you might also have felt this thing that usually or most of the time, we human beings, we are either stuck in the past or we are thinking about the
Or
future.
absolutely.
And the actual time which we have in our hands is now, this time. Like I and you, we are talking to each other. This is the time. This is going to become the future after 2 days. The past after few days, or 2 days back, it was the future that is going to happen in the next 2 days. So same way, like only the power of present, the power of now. Eckhart Tolle himself went through a lot of mental stress when he was young, and job upheavals and everything he went through. But then
Correct.
somehow, like someday, he realized that all this is actually imaginary. Like, uh, like they say that most of our problems, they are imaginary. We just keep on thinking in our mind that this is going to happen. What happens if this goes in this way or that way? So the power of now, I would really recommend. That is like the most beautiful, the book. And one more thing which I learned from Eckhart Tolle through that book was the same thing which I told you in the beginning, that once you close your eyes to meditate, so many things are going to pass your mind. And there is no need for you to be scared of that or something, or no, I'm not able to meditate. I'm so only, only thinking or something. He told that this is natural and it's okay. Then keep a check on that thought, think about that thought, and that thought will vanish. And next moment, you will see that your thoughts will stop moving here and there around your mind. Once you keep a check, the moment your brain starts to think something, you put your attention towards that thought that, okay, now I'm thinking this. Speak like another person. Okay, so are you now thinking this thing? And you will
Okay.
gradually train your mind. Yeah, gradually you will train your mind to stop thinking unnecessarily. So that I tried also. I cannot say that I'm an expert into that or I have got some kind of enlightenment or something. But yes, I'm trying that. It's helping.
That's
At least
wonderful.
not,
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
not even
Actually, you
for
should
the,
you should do a lot of such kind of counseling sessions, Rupinder, because these kind of things I have personally. What you're saying is something which I have personally listened, even talked by many experts in mental health thing. So I think you should also pursue this one of your future prospects of counseling people.
Mm.
I think that will really suit you because of your personality and the way you're talking and this half an hour of your interaction with me. I feel that you would perfectly fit into counseling also. It's just my thought to you. So yeah,
Thank you. I will think about it.
yeah. Yeah, you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and the last book which I would like to recommend to people, like, see, most of us, we are into jobs, and the ultimate desire is to acquire some kind of position, moving up and up on the ladder of success, so that upward train we want to catch. So for the people who are into jobs or corporate or want to become some leaders or something, I would recommend Brene Brown, the author, her book Dare to Lead. And you can
Mm.
even listen to her, a lot of motivational talks on YouTube. And what
Yeah,
I
it's a very.
really like, yeah, about Brene was she came up with this concept that there is nothing like perfectionism. We most of the times we try to become perfect, and we say that she is perfectionist, he is perfectionist, I am perfectionist, I look for perfection everywhere or something. Even I was into this mode a few years back, that perfection, everything should be like this, like that, uh, as far as my work is concerned or something. But then she told that no, there is nothing like being a perfectionist, because you are constantly having that hidden fear inside your mind that things might go wrong, things should not go wrong. And whatever you have at your work area, you're not able to enjoy that. And as a leader, you yourself are, a bit hesitant inside, but you're not showing up to the world because you are a leader. But this way, you try to put unnecessary stress on other people, because you yourself are
Correct.
afraid of something. You are afraid of something or the other inside. So that Brené Brown also, I would recommend. Dare to Lead. That book is also a good read for anybody who wants to, move up to some leadership profile into their job or workplace.
Yeah, that's a wonderful book. I have personally, even I feel I have read it, so it's really,
Mhm.
really wonderful. And all the books what you have recommended is superb and wonderful. So it applies to a couple of corporates and couple for for a couple of books for normal people also. Rupinder, so while finishing this show, what do you want to tell to women out there who are going through a very bad phase now, whether they have lost job or maybe they are struck without a job or they're chaos with lot of stress at home with everybody working from home. It becomes more for the homemaker to do a lot of things and keep more positivity. So what do you want to tell to all the women out there, irrelevant they're working or not working? What do you want to tell?
Yeah. So either we are homemakers or, into some kind of profession, job, business, or anything. Yes, of course, we all are going through a lot of, low, what we can say, a kind of sad period. I can say in the simple words. And yes, of course, the first and the foremost thing is to have confidence on our own selves. Instead of trying to find that support from outside, the biggest support is inside. Until and unless we feel that no, I am lagging behind some, in the field, after some behind people, or I'm lacking in something or the other, the things are always going to lag. So
Okay,
you have to boost yourself from inside. You are your own biggest supporter. So you have to
wonderful.
motivate your own self, first of all, whether you're a homemaker or a professional or something. And then, of course, we women tend to pull the other woman down. This I would frankly say, whether somebody likes it or dislikes it. Rather, we should be a kind of support to each other. I was discussing this with somebody else also, that we need to have each other's shoulders to lean on, and we can, the kind of support we can give to each other, nobody else can provide us with that. Had we given the support to each other in the past, in if we go back to history, we would have shaped our future in a different way. But now,
But
as we are into, still we are into feminism or something, because actually somewhere or the other we ourselves, were the, um, carriers of patriarchy or something, which I personally feel. So even now, as most of us, we are educated now, we are into different jobs or something, we are reading more now. Earlier we were not deprived of education, but now we are educated, we are reading a lot. And through internet we are seeing the condition of women all around the world now. It's not that we are not aware of anything or anybody. So now I think it is the right time. Now we can have that wake up call, and we can support each other. And once we support each other, I think the condition is going to become beautiful. This
that's
is what I feel like.
No, no, that's really true because I really connected when you said that, women are somebody who have to connect with each other and they should not let down somebody and, try to put down somebody because this happens. I've seen in my own experience what you were saying and I really connect. Thank you to bringing it forward because especially there is no enemy for women, it's the other women only. There's no
Of course, I truly agree to that. And there is no like friend other than the other woman also.
correct,
We are our
correct.
biggest enemy,
And biggest
biggest
closest
friend
friend.
also on the same time.
Absolutely, unfortunately, we most of them don't realize that they are actually doing wrong to others. It's just that out of jealousy or out of anger or something. So it's been wonderful, Rupinder. It was a wonderful session we had, and it was very sweet of you to share lots of books with us. And also, if anybody who wants to who are watching this show now or afterwards after I broadcast it, you can connect with Rupinder on her website www.visionupgraded. Vision
Just
upgraded.
upgraded. Dot it.
Correct. So www.visionupgraded.in. So you can actually log on to this, and I have also given in the description. You can just press and log on and connect with her, and learn English. If your kids are not now the lockdown and everything is happening, and kids are not concentrating on studies, you can actually make them at least connect with such like ask them to read books, and to read books they should be proficient in English, at least not proficient, that at least they should know the basics of reading. So for that you can connect with Rupinder.
Proficiency is also a kind of, imagination only. We are always leading towards proficiency,
Leading
like
towards
practicing.
proficiency.
Yeah.
So at least to understand the books, if they're not reading, and make them the habit of reading, I think you should connect with Rupinder. So wonderful, Rupinder. It was a wonderful session, and I didn't even realize that we were speaking for more than 30 minutes. It's great to have you on the show, and another time, another topic, we really connect, and I hope
Mm.
all the things will settle down, and as you said, this too shall pass away, isn't it?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jyoti. I also enjoyed the session with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Same to you.